If you are in the market for a mid-size SUV and you want something that has a refined ride quality, quick acceleration from the optional V6 engine, which we do have in our model we're going to be looking at today, and simple and easy to use cabin layout, and you're looking for a model that, well, doesn't necessarily break the bank at $46,825, well, you might find yourself in the market for the 2023 GMC Acadia. This is the SLT trim level we're going to be taking a look at. I borrowed this model from my friends at Morgan Buick GMC here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to show you what you get for that price. Let's jump in and take a look. The exterior color on this Acadia is Summit White. It's going to have LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and if you take a look at the blinkers right here, they're in the shape of a C. Well, don't know if that's supposed to be that way, but as a GMC, that just seems kind of appropriate. You also have the fog lights down there on the lower portion of the bumper, and a nice combination between some gloss black, and then you also have the chrome surround, kind of combining two words, chrome surround. Yeah, there you go. Y'all can laugh in the comment section about that one if you want to. There is a lot of chrome here on this model. That's what you get with the SLT trim level. So it's going to look very, very nice, to say the least. You're going to have the turn signal indicators built into these power side view mirrors. And if you'd like to take a look at the remote, here's what we have with that remote. Yes, it does have remote start. I know a lot of you very much enjoy that feature, and I can't say that I blame you for that. And I talked about the fact that under the hood is the 3.6 liter V6, the most powerful option for this model. Let's open it and take a look. All right, as I promised, under the hood here, the 3.6 liter V6, 310 horsepower is what it's putting out. The torque numbers come in at 271. It's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And how about those all-important MPGs? 19 miles per gallon city, 27 out on the highway, 22 combined. And according to GMC, for every 100 miles you drive, you should use 4.5 gallons of gas. And here on your color-matched door handles, you're going to notice the chrome button right there. That's passive entry. And the good news is that you can unlock all 4 doors. For you parents with a bunch of kids and you need to get in the back seat first, you can unlock all 4 doors right here on the rear door. All right, you might notice that, well, something changed. That's because somebody needed the original Acadia we were looking at, so we're going to switch over to this SLT model. Still very well loaded out, a lot of great features. It can tow between 3,500 and 4,000 pounds. It has the power rear door. Now let me show you something here. If you push that button or any button that opens it, you can use the remote, you can use the button on the interior that I'm about to show you, but if it doesn't open, here is the very first thing you need to look at. It's going to be right here, this button. It's set to max right now. You can set it to open at 3/4, or it can be set to off. And so if it's set to off like that, then that means, well, that's likely why it won't open. And then you're going to have a lot of space back here. You're also going to have the protection over the carpet right here that does come off. If you want to take that off, you can. There is quite a bit of space back here, including what's under the floor right here, so you can use that. You also have the cubby over here on the side, pretty deep, or you can maximize cargo capacity by lowering these rear seats. And I apologize if the shot isn't perfect because it's a little hard to do one-handed. And you can also lower the middle row seats from right here as well with the releases right here. So we're going to just do the left-hand side. So what kind of cargo capacity do you have? 12.8 up to 79 cubic feet. And to make that a little bit easier to understand, 79 cubic feet, well, a basketball is 1 cubic foot in size. So that means you could fit 79 basketballs in the rear of your Acadia if you needed to do something like that. So we're going to get everything back in place here. I do want to show you something here real quick about these seats. You can slide them back and forth and increase leg space for the rear seat passengers. You can also recline not only these seats, but also the rear seats. You can see the difference right there. So we're going to set things up, and I'm going to show you how much leg space we have in the rear seat area. Now, depending on who you are and your physical size or your abilities, well, you could just go through the pass-through right there, or you can pull up on the latch right here and bring the seat forward and push it up and out of the way. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to hop inside here and we're going to show you how much leg space you have. In fact, notice this. I have the seat on the left side here all the way back, so that shows you how much space there is. Let me get where I'm sitting all the way up. It's actually not that bad. I'd kind of like to stretch my legs out a little bit more. So how much more can I stretch my legs out if I hop over here onto the right-hand side? Well, quite a bit more, especially on the left side. I could actually put both out there, I guess. But just so you can kind of see, it's really probably better for the kids back here. You've got the map lights right there for reading. Everybody has their own air conditioning vents, and so that's always nice. And a little bit of storage space right here. Now, we're going to hop up into the middle row seat and take a look at exactly how you control those air conditioning vents, or at least what's flowing out of them. And a nice look here with the interior as far as the contrasting in the colors that we have here. A little bit of space right here, again for storage, similar to what we saw in the rear seating area. And there is, well, somewhat of a upper door bin right here. And then we have the lower door bin. A very nice large bottle can go right here. Some snacks behind, and we're going to have the rear pockets for storage on both sides. But the main thing that you probably want to see here is right here. This is going to be where everything is controlled. Fan speed and all that good stuff. You can control the temperature right here, so obviously that can be done. Heated seats for the middle row passengers here, so if you need a warm butt, well, you better make sure you call these seats right here. Obviously air conditioning vents are going to be in the same place up here. So as you can see, there's the air conditioning vent for one passenger, and obviously others around as well. So that is there. And how about connectivity options? Let's show you what you have here. A couple of USB ports, the household power outlet right there, and concealed away right here, cup holders and a drawer for hiding away snacks. Hey, if you're the kids and you don't want your parents to know what snacks you have in the back because you might spoil your dinner, well, you can hide them in there and sneak them when they're not paying attention. Okay, I'm giving terrible advice to the kids, right? But hey, why not? That's possible to do there. And then the armrests that can be moved up or out of the way, into position or out of the way, I should say, making for a very comfortable experience for the rear seat passengers back here. If you want to turn the air conditioner off from back here, that's all you have to do, is just turn it down like that. And I don't remember if I showed the power folding mirrors when we had the original Acadia we were looking at. So this button right here will fold the mirrors. So there we go. They fold in quite nicely, as you can see, and all the controls you would expect to see here for locking the doors up there and for controlling the functionality of all the windows, and also 2 settings for seat memory, also the power parking brake, and right here that shows you that we have a heads-up display. So hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you can see it on the screen very well or not, but that's what we have. Hopefully you're able to see all the changes I'm making right there. You can also change the position if you want to, and the brightness. So quite a bit going on there. Here is our combination of the digital instrument cluster and the analog gauges. You can go through all sorts of information here as far as what's going on with the vehicle, different things you might want to know about. It's all here. And then we also can go and move around to another area and make changes or get information or do whatever it is we want to do there. So a very simplistic system, and all I was doing was using the arrows right here, and then you push that check mark right there when you're ready to select something. Here's your cruise control. And one thing that I wanted to share right here you might not know about, probably think that has to do with the speakers, the microphone, something like that. That actually is to do with noise cancellation. Based on the exterior of the vehicle, you don't have road noise. Basically, that projects sound to cancel that out. You don't even know what's going on there, but it is going on. So a very neat feature that a lot of people probably don't even know about. And here we go with the infotainment screen. You're going to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You're going to have built-in navigation, because I know a lot of you like to have that built-in navigation. So there you go. You know you have it. You've got the home button and the back button here, or you can use the home button right there if you want to. And then let's go over here. You can see what all is there, but I want to focus on the cameras because you have multiple views. Now, you don't have the camera washer on this particular model, but that is the front camera. Now we're going to go to the rear camera. You have the overhead camera. You can see right there the 360-degree view, and then other views as well. I mean, it is just awesome. You will not have any trouble seeing what's going on around you at any point. So there you go. You can see what's there. Control for the radio and the volume for the radio right there. You can turn that on or off or mute it. And then dual zone climate control right here. Now you might notice that it looks like you have no heated or ventilated seats. That's because those controls are right down here, just so you know. So that's what you have. That's your heated seats. There's your ventilated seats. You're going to have 3 different settings for that. And the shifter is right here. Tell me what you think about that. The push button shifter. So you're going to pull for going into reverse, push to go into neutral, and pull to go into drive, and push to go back into park. And more connectivity down here with the USB and 12-volt power outlet connection. And I don't know how well you can see it on the screen right here, but this is your wireless phone charger, wireless phone charging pad. So if you're curious about that, well, there you go. You can turn that pesky auto stop start feature off. Park assist is right there, your hazard lights and traction control. And then there are the cup holders. Got a little bit of trim around that, as well as your mode selector. And what modes do we have? Well, let's look at what we have. Snow mode, we have sport mode, and we have tour mode. So you've got 3 different driving modes there. And then the console, quite a bit of space down in there, that's for sure. So that leaves us with one thing. Well, let's look at the gloveless glove box real quick and just show you what's there. Quite a bit of space in there, but no gloves. It's a glove box, but it doesn't have any gloves in it. So now that we've talked all about the Acadia, why don't we get it out on the road and see how it drives and how it handles. Okay, we're gonna hop out on the road for our test drive real quick here. And I'll tell you something that a lot of people I know are going to ask about. Does the Acadia have enough horsepower? Well, getting out on the road and getting up to highway speed is absolutely no problem. In fact, the thing about it here, while it's not a Yukon, it's not full size, it's a mid-size SUV, it still is fairly large. And the thing about having a fairly large vehicle like this is that the speed can be a little deceptive. You don't necessarily have the ability to gauge that as you would in a car that's really low to the ground or maybe smaller. So the ultimate conclusion here is that it does really well out on the road. Getting up to speed is no problem. I'm driving in sport mode right now, and even though we're not in an area where I can really just step on it and go, I can tell you, these have plenty of horsepower. Comfortable ride quality, that's always a plus. Obviously, I don't think anybody ever buys a vehicle like this and says, well, I want the worst riding one out there. You know, you don't really want that with any car, but you understand it with some, such as high performance vehicles. Well, it's just part of it, but not here. Nice and comfortable, good road-worthy vehicle. And something else that really impresses me here with GMC is the fact that while this may not be the newest infotainment system, it's the easiest to learn out there, I believe, one of the easiest. But if you've never had this kind of technology before in your vehicle, this is where you want to go, because you don't have to be afraid of it. It's easy to learn, easy to use. There's a lot of functionality here. I showed you some of that earlier within the infotainment screen, but ultimately, this is one of the best vehicles out there when it comes to the overall driving experience. It's easy to drive, it's easy to get around it. It has a good tight turning radius. That helps a lot. And obviously with those multiple camera views, well, you really can't get in trouble when it comes to getting in and out of tight spaces, even though I know a lot of us did that for many years without the aid of multiple cameras around our vehicles. But the technology is here, it's easy to use, it's available to us, so we might as well take advantage of it. All right, guys, tell me what you think about the 2023 GMC Acadia down in the comments. If you plan to buy one, tell me all the particulars, trim level, exterior color, and what features do you prefer to have. Gotta say a special thanks to my friends here at Morgan Buick GMC for loaning me this Acadia for the day. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about other models you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.